Let's see what this female had to say about how she emasculated her ex-husband. And see, guys, if you do not notice everything that she says that she did to emasculate her ex-husband, and in the relationships that you've had. Obviously, another big problem. And what is this coming from? Where does this grow from? Anti-whiteism. This behavior in our women grows right out of anti-whiteism. Numerous notions there. The subset, obviously, is feminism. And the vast majority of females who adhere to feminist notions do not call themselves feminist. They may disparage feminists, but it's not the notions of superiority, of a man's inferiority, of it's your right and your duty as a female to be the center of the world, for the man to serve you, that he has no feelings, he has nothing that matters. All of this and so much more, the entire spectra of notions within and crossing paths with the subset of feminism, i.e. anti-whiteism, or the cause of this behavior and the breakdown of the family, the white family, as a consequence, the destruction of our relationships. Watch this look on her face. And I'm guessing from this that she is, she's contrite. She's admitting that she ruined the marriage, but you can still see the traces of those wins in her eyes. Lord, I hope they didn't have children that suffered as a consequence of this pig, but you never know. So check it out. Let's listen to this woman and see, guys out there, see if you don't see these tactics to various degrees in every female you've ever dated or been married to, are married to. Don't admit it if she's also watching.
Emasculated my ex-husband 3 specific ways: control, criticism, and comparison.
Control, criticism, comparison.
I was in control of everything. I controlled how the dishes went in. If he loaded the dishwasher and it wasn't good enough, the way he was going to lead our team, it wasn't good enough. The way he managed everything wasn't good enough. Nothing he did was ever good enough. And then I let him know out loud, like I criticized everything that he did and told him how it should have been done better. And perfection was the standard that I held for him. So nothing was ever good enough, because I was comparing me and him. And I had this self-righteous view of myself that I knew the way and my way was better. And nothing he ever did was enough. And eventually it created a man that was apathetic, that was resigned to not do anything. Why should he show up? If I'm going to redo it, or if I'm going to do it better, or if he's going to get criticized, why should he show up? And then that caused further division in our relationship, because he would say that he was going to do something and then just not. And it created this big void in respect. And where I got it wrong in the respect category was I was waiting for him to show up as perfect in order for me to begin to respect him. I didn't ever respect his effort. I didn't ever respect the progress. I didn't respect anything. And that caused, I emasculated my ex-husband.
Okay. We're going to run through it one more time. Did anyone else pick up on something, this giant blind spot that this woman has? I imagine now she's a content creator and she's getting views, she's getting paid as a consequence. So she's another merchant on the right. She's probably now a trad wife, but I see joy in her eyes when she talks about how she treated the ex-husband. Wouldn't you feel bad about, if you were genuinely feeling bad, that would be visible on your face. She's like, I dominated him. I controlled his every move. And she's still relishing this. It's risible to her that she did this, that she made his life hell, that she destroyed him, that she broke him, that she broke his will. that she burned his identity. What's the blind spot? Did anybody get the blind spot? Nationless says she thinks it's funny. Absolutely. She thinks it's hilarious that she did this to a man. Now, would she be able to do this to a man if other men weren't allowing her to do that? If by the laws of the land, other men weren't allowing her? No. No, that's one of her blind spots. That all of the female power that she's wielding is illusory. It only exists when it's buttressed by the power of men. And that's something that men have to realize when it comes to relationships. The power that females wield over us in our relationships only exists insofar as other men are going to buttress that power and enable and allow that female, if her character is bad enough, and Lord knows, so many of them have the worst character. I mean, even this one, who's now a trad wife, I guess. Horrible character. Smiling, feeling joyful, it appears, that she was able to do this to somebody. What's the other blind spot? The other huge blind spot. So the first one is that she believes she's got some kind of magical power. And let me tell you, only children and women can think something like that. And there are some males that are girls too, apparently. But generally speaking, it's not all females, obviously. But generally speaking, only women and children can be convinced that they have like magical power, that it's not buttressed by something else. It's not buttressed by a circumstance. It's not buttressed by and enabled, therefore, by something, someone, other people, etc. So that's an enormous blind spot she has. I'm just this queen. I can just tell him to do whatever. I can just order him around. That's this great power I wield. Doesn't come from her. Doesn't come from females. None of it does. We can take it like that. And then there is no power. What's the other blind spot? The other blind spot, that even now, as she's making money, as now a trad wife, a content creator, is that perfection was her way. Doing it right was her way. She now sees that what she was doing wrong was that she wasn't giving him room to get up. What do you mean, get up? What? Why do you think your way is the way it should be done? Why do you think your way is perfection? No, that's just your way. You want the dishes put in the dishwasher a certain way? That's not perfection. That's just your way. Guys can have a completely different way of feeding the dishwasher so that, in their opinion, it runs right or things are in the proper places. And that's a recommendation I give to guys. Don't allow the females in your life to decide things like how the dishwasher should be filled. If she's going to go on and complain about how the dishwasher is filled, I would do the exact opposite every time until she gave up. I would tell her that my way is the right way to do it. She's doing it the wrong way. Don't allow, the moment you allow them to henpeck you like that, you don't got to get violent. You don't got to get angry. You don't got to raise your voice. You're just wrong. Why do you think my way is wrong? You're a woman, aren't you? Lead the family. Park the car. Where's the car going to get parked? Don't ask her where to park. Just park the car. Don't ask the kids, if you've got children, what they want to eat. Are you insane? You just give them food. And if they don't want to eat it, then they don't eat. And no child is going to die going without food for the day. So let's take another quick look through this. Two enormous blind spots that she's coming from, even now, as like a reformed, I'm guessing, trad woman content creator giving advice, probably has tons of females showing up to listen to what she has to say, and guys looking for a little bit of praise, a little bit of an excuse, a little bit of a recognition of their victimization from this thing. And her mindset is that she comes into the relationship innately powered by, I don't know, seraphim, aliens, bulldogs. I don't know what it is. They come into the relationship innately powered and you just tell the man what to do. And she should have been easier going. She should have trained him a little bit more gently than she did. She should have waited for that giant vegetable of a husband to slowly come in and praise his little improvements. Fuck you.
3 specific ways: control, criticism, and comparison.
Okay, guys, you got it. That's what you do right back. Control, criticism, comparison. That's what you do right back if the female in your life does this until she stops.
I was in control of everything. I controlled how the dishes went in. If he loaded the dishwasher and it wasn't good enough, the way
It wasn't good enough. Remember, the answer to that is my way is the right way. No debating it.
he was going to lead our team, it wasn't good enough. The way he managed everything wasn't good enough.
So lead the team. That's the relationship. In other words, making decisions, where to park, where to get a hotel room when you go on a vacation, etc. Guys, you should be doing this, and you can get input. You should get input, especially if your girlfriend or wife is smart. Just like if it was you were going with your buddy and he's bright, you're going to want to get input. Don't turn things over. Don't have the female in your life become another mother. You only get one of those.
Nothing he did was ever good enough.
And how do you like that? Look at that face, too, of this bulldog. Nothing he did was ever good enough. God, how many guys can I get an amen? Every single guy has heard that in so many words. So, every single guy has experienced the sensation that nothing he does is right or good, etc. for the girlfriend or wife. These are obviously behaviors because of anti-whiteism, because of what it has done to the family structure, because of what it has done to the relationship between men and women and how they treat each other, husbands and wives, how they treat each other. Also, the legal structure, the structure of divorce court, of separations, of the CPS when it comes to the children. All of this designed to benefit the female. So it's even more important today to make sure that you are with a woman who isn't going to abuse those opportunities, because they do. By the millions, they do.
And then I let him know out loud, like I criticized everything that he did and told him how it should have been done better. And perfection was the standard that I held for him. So nothing was ever good enough.
So do you see who measures what perfection is? Do you see that giant blind spot on her now? Even now, where I'm assuming she's a content creator and she's telling people how to live and everything, even now, she's concluding that what she deems perfection is what perfection is. Where do you think you get that right, Cupcake? What you think is perfection. And guys, you can very easily play at this game too. The most powerful thing you can do in today's society is walk away from the female. Just leave. She's going to act like that, just leave. You can give her an opportunity. I mean, if she's saying, if the woman you're with is talking like this, you maybe could say, if she's saying, well, you didn't load the dishwasher right. You could say, well, your don't look as good as Mary's down the street. So she's perfection. Just burn them right back. I saw a funny meme. It was a woman, like mid-30s or so, and very fit, good-looking woman. And it said, whatever the woman's name is, just moved into your neighborhood and magically cured all of the headaches of the wives in town. So true.
Because I was comparing me and him, and I had this self-righteous view of myself that I knew the way and my way was better.
And she was just saying that. She was saying that he wasn't achieving perfection.
And nothing he ever did was enough.
And you know, the comparison thing does not end at these women comparing the guy and his behavior to her, because these kinds of women, they'll also compare you with other guys around her, maybe even her male coworkers, boss, other guys in his company where he works. And she'll always give this grass is greener view of the others. They work harder. They achieve more. Why aren't you achieving this kind of stuff? If a woman is doing that to you, walk. That's just burning you down. And that's how you end up like this poor bastard. That's how you end up like you go out in society and you see so many white guys. And even if they are standing erect, you can see in their energy, you can see as they move that they have been gelded a long time ago by the female in their life. And that ultimately, guys, by the by, when it comes to attracting females, the more you've been gelded by females and you walk around with that defeated energy, and that's exuding, and people really, it's ineffable. People can't really put very many words to that, but they certainly, females experience, they feel it. That's a huge turnoff. So the more gelded a guy, the more times a guy has been gelded by females, the less attractive he is to future females. So don't allow a female to do this to you. They are not special. Women are not special. They are not angels. Some are good, some are bad, some are medium. They don't know what's right. They don't know that a parking space was going to open up closer to the store. They don't know exactly how to load the dishwasher for perfection. They don't know any of these things. They're just another person. That's it. They're just another person. Again, as with what we were just looking at, the only way to really deeply address and therefore correct this is to address anti-whiteism in society. By defeating the social morality of anti-whiteism, we are able to reassert our norms. And this is not a norm for the white race. A norm for the white race is not a guy, a boyfriend or husband or whatever, gelded, spirit broken, and obedient to some female. I've told you all the story. I'm not going to tell it again, of the guy who was like 6'6", long blonde hair, gigantic rippling muscles, and the 4.5 foot tall wife would not let him come to our pro-Southern meetings that I was having at that time. She told him no, and he obeyed. That is not the West. That is not how we behaved when left to our druthers. We have to address anti-whiteism, recapture our destiny, and then we can have healthy relationships between men and women, where we each have our strengths, and our strengths bolster each of our weaknesses, as God and nature intended. This is a pathetic abomination. And in fact, this woman making money off this now makes me sick.